It's gonna be a second because I'm looking at my own stream to see if it's live. Okay, there we go. It is not an exciting drink, I'm afraid, Shadow Fox. It is it's a little bit fruity. It's black currant juice. Let me get all my stuff sorted out. Yeah, it's black currant juice. It's not an exciting drink. Right, I'm streaming now. I can't hear the music. I'm not sure if it's just the game not playing the music right. Okay. So I played ahead a little bit just to kind of plan out what we were gonna do this session. I also saved twice just in case. I probably should have made a save after this because where we left off we had just looting for a minute. We got some pretty interesting stuff. I did do the looting when I played it earlier, and then I just forgot to drop the save. I've also I've tried to think of a contingency for an excuse to close the stream after like an hour to try and hope they don't mess up my voice too much. If it doesn't crash, that should be fun. Okay. So when we left off, we'd dispatched these 5 men. We'd protected Mr. Sister. We got a little bit of loot. Can we see Mr. Sister? There we go. She's fine. So notable stuff we got. This is not a Tech 9 like I thought it was. This is something else. It's I think it's a Soviet thing. Actually no, it says mid 1990s. It fires 9x18 rather than 9x19, so we can't use the ammo for it. It is decent though. We're gonna pick one of these up. We also got the fake AK. This is actually decent. I didn't know it could fire automatically, but this is a fully automatic fake AK with a bayonet somewhere. Yeah. Oh hell. The game is now looking through the files, desperately trying to find the picture of a micro Uzi with the stock folded up. Give it a minute. I think it's because Paquito's also trying to say like, okay, I've done it. He has real trouble with the voice clips. Once you've loaded the voice clips in, it'll save them as a temporary file. So if you turn the game off and load it back up later, you'll still have that saved in. With pleasure. But I meant to not turn the computer off and I forgot. So there we go. There's the AK with the bayonet. I think a different man had the bayonet from the one that had the gun. This also, it can fit a grenade launcher and a bipod and stuff if we can find it. We could fit this fake AK with a non-fake grenade launcher. We also got Scorpions. These are both in 32. There's 4 different types of Scorpion in the game in different calibers. I feel like we should take one with us because they're really handy little things. They're not good, but if we find someone who can't really use heavy weapons, which could happen in the future, having one of those is going to be really handy. And we'll get a couple of magazines for all the guns we're taking with us. I don't know what ammo this uses. It's easier to find the ammo if you look for the right type of box. If you mouse over the gun, and then it'll light up the ammo it shoots. I think that's it for loot. I don't think we got what else exciting. I don't think we have any 22 actually. We'll buy 22. I think we didn't get any boxes of it. We probably won't need to buy it. We won't be that worried about shooting the. We're only using this gun. If we get in a long range fight, this will be most other weapons at this stage in the game, just because it's a full length rifle, even though it's in a crap caliber. And it can shoot automatically. That might be good actually. These are PPKs if you want to take the James Bond gun. I'm not sure how we'd use it, but we could take one with us if you want. And the other ones are just crap. These are Makarovs. You gotta remember that 9x18 is different from 9x19. Yeah, the little pistols, we don't have a lot of use for them. They're accurate to about arm's length. We do want to drop all this stuff. I forgot that we took this with us. This is all for the gun that Paquito comes with. We've already sold that, so we can't really use that. We could also sell his wine and stuff. We'll keep the C4. I don't know how we'll use the C4, and I forgot you were carrying it until I looked earlier. I'm thinking I'm gonna give Lambert. We didn't get any 9x19. We could probably buy some, but I'm thinking we give Paquito the 9mm and just have him be in charge of that sort of ammo for now. Just so we don't run out on one character without realizing. So I'm thinking we get rid of one of these Uzis. I think Paquito's one, I did check earlier, it's a little bit worse. So when you're looking at these, the wear and dirt is important even at very low numbers. It's not like super important, but I'd rather have the lower one just for the future. Yeah, get rid of that. There's also a chance Lambert will be getting a better weapon, so we won't need to worry about that. I don't know what I was trying to... Sorry, if I tail off, do ask me what I was talking about, because I do that all the time. And I by the end, I've completely forgotten the start of the sentence. I just start wittering and hope that the words that come out are to do with what I was talking about. I also... Lambert, I've accidentally sold the ammo for a Winchester, which I did realize earlier today. That's a problem. This gun's fairly useless now. I didn't mean to trunk that magazine. I meant to put that in the cabin. The magazine, not the gun. So we could buy more, but we don't really want to because it's a crap caliber. And we're hoping to find a better gun than that. We'll give her the this for the minute, and she can hold the AK. The bayonet, I'm not sure how useful it is. I really try and avoid getting into melee fights like the plague. They are extremely random. I don't think I've ever won a melee fight, so I'm probably doing something wrong, but I have no idea what it is. It just seems like they punch each other at random for a while and then one collapses, and it's always me. I meant to leave it. You want to unpause while you're doing inventory stuff, because otherwise they'll be moving a bunch of items around in the inventory when you unpause. And we're gonna go over here for a minute, because I have made paper note for stuff we need to be thinking about for the future. And there's the guy who does a quest over here. If we can walk past that civilian. Is someone there that I just can't see? Who am I talking to? He's just blocking the door. Okay, we can open the top corner, it's fine. We did want to go in though. If we can talk to Guy through the doorway. So this dude's a bit weird. He gives us a weird quest. A lot of characters in the game introduce themselves as working for a certain superpower. I think that's meant to be a running joke. It didn't really come over in translation. But we think he might be MI5. And he wants to talk to us. If you go in the bar, I think he'll come up to you. But we can't get in the bar because there's a man stood in the doorway for some reason. And he wants to pay us 12,000 Elder to do something. That's 6 times what we've got right now. So it's quite a lot. It's not ridiculous money, but that's quite a lot. So we're interested. What it wants us to do is go find a folder. The folder is in an abandoned army base, and the abandoned army base is not abandoned anymore. This quest is really tough, and I wouldn't want to try and do it with just Lambert and Paquita. So this is going to be on the back burner for a while. We're going to be working up to this. They're just saying there's some weird gang. I can't remember what the gang's called. We can choose to turn him down, but we're gonna try and find his file for him. There's also this dude. I don't know who he is, and I haven't done anything that makes him relevant yet. But he's got like a saw. When the rest of the people in the world have like lever action rifles. Have you seen the? Have I showed you the shop, by the way, yet? Now, fair warning. I'm going to drop a save before I open the shop because one of the main causes of crashing is opening a shop. I have so many saves. This is the only reason I'd point out. Normally, a shop wouldn't be that interesting, but this is 762, the game about too many guns. This is the shop. If you see anything you really like the look of, we could pick it up. Keep in mind, if you see a weapon that you recognize, like these MP5s, they're actually in 22 long rifle. So, have you got a favored type of handgun from this huge list? And this in all the items we can find, even at this part of the game. 1911. Good choice. There's definitely one around. Okay, that's the British Service 1911, which is a bit balls. In World War One, the British got America to send them a bunch of 1911s chambered in 455 Webley, which is a slightly worse cartridge and also a rimmed cartridge, so it takes up more space. So you only get 6. I don't think there's a straight 1911 there. We'll get one in a minute. There's another guy we're going to talk to in a bit who always has a 1911. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with. And it's random what shows up in the shops. There's like loads of other weapons that could have showed up that just didn't. Might pick up that grenade as well. We're gonna need grenades in a bit for what I've got planned. These vests would be good, but we don't need them right now. And these kits mean that if you get that type of weapon, you can do something to modify it. There's a bunch of different weapons that you can rechamber and stuff. And this is the ammo in the game. And this is, again, only the calibers from the very start of the game. There's a little bit of stealth. The problem is it's really hard to tell if the enemies can see you or not. There's silencers and stuff. That you were right to think those were suppressors. You'll still make noise when you shoot with a suppressed weapon. It just won't carry as far. So if the only guy near you is the guy you hit, the rest of them won't know about it. The stealth. The problems with the stealth are, one, you can't tell when the enemies know where you are. Even if they don't see you, they might have heard you. But there's like that's why you can crouch walk and crawl and stuff, as well as being able to duck behind stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of sniping in this game. The snipers are very strong. We're gonna go here because that's where Daft Willie apparently is for finding our bag, which is still our main mission right now. Is still just finding our bags, which Paquito lost. It's going to be just a lot of wandering around for the start of the stream, but I'm hoping to end on a really good combat. It'll be bigger than anything we've seen yet. But for the first time, you actually don't need to fight this weird dude we've just heard about. We can run down here. I don't know what stuff this trader will have on him. He's not the guy we're thinking about who'll have a 1911. While we're going over there, Paquito needs to go to the hospital to pick up another quest. This guy is a shop who tends to have slightly better stuff than the regular shops. And one of these winos is Daft Willie. Yeah, there we go. I got him right first time. Okay, we're looking for our luggage. He's a bit weird. He doesn't know where our luggage is, but he thinks we left it in Sagrada. Sometimes when you talk to someone, your other characters will all stop moving, but we didn't have them this time. We want to talk to Foreigner. I could have picked up that the British Service 1911. It's just not quite the same thing, though, is it? So, Clive Parker, can we help you? He's distraught because his girlfriend has been trapped by her crazy dad, and she's actually literally just locked in a house. And this stuff about a whole bunch of guards, that's real. There's a lot of text here. Sorry, I meant to read this before, but I just skipped through it. He's a big rich guy, and he's locked his daughter up, and Clive Parker wants to be with her. They want to be together, but she's under house arrest. He wants us to go talk to him, and we can do that. He's also, I think... Yeah. I skipped through the text a little bit. He forcibly puts a gun into your hand, which is a 50 caliber Desert Eagle, and this is Benicia's gun, his girlfriend, and he wants you to give her it back. We could use it. There's nothing stopping us from using this pink Desert Eagle, but there are 7 bullets in it. We're not going to be able to buy more bullets. Also, we dropped the AK when we talked to him. And you'll notice Paquito talked to him. The gun teleported to Lambert, immediately occupied both of her hands, fired the fake AK out of it. But that's all we wanted to do here for now. We do need to go to Sagrada and get our bag. And this is the second to last stop. The next one we'll do the fight at. We're going to help the person. This game, I don't even know if the people who made it still exist, if the company still exists. I think the people who are selling it on Steam are just, they've got the licenses to a bunch of games and they can just sell them. But I don't think they made any of them. I don't think they had what to do with it. I'll look into that, actually. I'm pretty sure they don't make games anymore. The updates that make this game actually run, even as much as it does now, were all done by fans. So as we walk into town, we should get a dialogue box. Okay, there we go. So Paquito's a little worried about this. He's worried about his cousin, it turns out. They don't like each other. He's quite rude about it. But Lambert intuits from his rambling that probably did end up leaving my luggage with the cousin. So he wants to talk to the police. Oh, jeez, my voice is going again. Sorry. I was hoping. Never mind. You'll see. There's a little bit of other stuff we could do here. There's someone over in that corner somewhere. But I think the first thing we should do is we got to find the cousin, who turns out to be the boss of the police, the local police. It's this guy, Paco Diaz. And he does have our bag. We finally found our bag. He's just as incomprehensible as Paquito. He's most of his dialogue is like weird jokes that have half been translated. It's very hard to work out what he's talking about. He's given us our bag back, which happened during the cutscene, so we haven't been able to see it yet. He's also offered for us to help him do police cases, which is like the introductory story that you're meant to go through to build up to the bigger encounters later in the game. So we are going to do that. A woman's been robbed is the first job. Sets you off really easy. They're very weird about this robbery. I'm sorry about this dialogue. It's quite bad. We'll skip through that. If you want to see that, you could pause the stream for a minute. It's a bit gross. Basically, she was robbed by a dude. The guy's hanging around the church. Our balls are pump. Let's accept mission. She wants. First thing you do is you go talk to her at the hospital. So we'll send Lambert off to do that. Actually, we should have looked at. We'll send Paquito over here. But we got our bag back, and that has a bunch of stuff in it. We've got a brick of money that we can sell, and then that'll give us a bit of. My voice is going again. Sorry. Oh, gee. It's doing it really bad. I will probably have to pause the game at some point. Well, quit the game at some point and load it back up. But I have got a plan for that. The bag has a different weapon on it depending on what class you picked at the start of the game. I accidentally picked a really bad one. The sniper class would have been a much better choice. This is it's just a Bison. It shoots a lot of bullets. They're not particularly good bullets. You don't get that many for it. We do have a sight we can put on it. But it's probably the worst starting weapon. It's not that bad because you will outgrow the starting weapon quite quickly, but I'm just trying to sort this out in a order that makes sense for me. You can't rotate stuff in your inventory. So if it's sideways, it's that way forever. There we go. I think I'll probably just sell the knife, actually. We really don't want to have to resort to using it. I've no idea how. We've also got a backpack on now. Backpacks are quite heavy. And if you're carrying one, you can't roll while you're lying prone. But it does let you carry a lot more stuff. And now we can talk to the police trader, and he'll offer us a better selection of stuff. We can get a full 1911. Is this for Lambert? Is Lambert carrying the 1911? Do we want this fancy one? The Smith and Wesson? It's expensive, but I'll go with the real normal 1911. Does have 8-round magazines. And we'll make sure we've got enough. This is the empty magazine from the gun. Might as well just sell him it back. It's quicker than than putting bullets into it. We're gonna pick up another grenade, and I'm gonna give Paquito one. You can sell that dynamite. It's rubbish. We also got a weapon cleaning kit. That's just some. Thanks. I'm sure the 1911s. It probably will help. Sorry about that. I think he always has a 1911 as well, does this trader. He has random stuff, but he tends to have a lot less of it. I was saying something, I totally forgot what it was. What were we talking about? Damn. I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, this is the woman who got robbed. We're gonna talk to her. It's a little bit weird. The writing's terrible, but I feel like the game's interesting enough that it's worth showing off. It's just I want to point out I don't approve of anything it's actually saying with text. We ask what happened. She basically tells us exactly who robbed her, exactly where they are, and there's a bit of weird stage direction in that. But his name's Luna, and he's hanging around outside the church. We can go arrest him and take him to jail, and that'll just be the whole quest. Super easy. Let's put this back in here now. We'll get that extra 1911 magazine. So this is Luna. He's the guy. It is 3 o'clock in the morning for me. I don't sleep at like normal times, so it's not. This is not that bad for me. Oh, do you in England? So, dealing with Luna, we have a few options. We can listen to him talk more, which I'd prefer not to. We can shoot him in the face, or we can just arrest him. But oh, cool. Sorry. The third option's to arrest him. It does this in a bit of a weird way, which we are going to exploit completely. Now, when you arrest Luna, he'll join your team and just start walking towards the police station. You can just take the items off him, and you can have those. He'll throw them away for you if you want. You can even like just give him a gun, have him shoot stuff if you feel like it. You can even leave the area and go rescue Benicia, and he'll come along and he'll help you shoot the enemies. If you want, I could try and stream at a less ridiculous time if you want. Again, you are 100% of my audience right now. When would be better for you, Shadow Fox? I'll give it a go. It's kind of hectic here during the day, so I might have to like turn my microphone off every couple of minutes. Not couple of minutes, but every now and then, while something weird happens in the background. The dead bodies do remain if you leave an area and come back. So I'm a bit worried about doing this mission with only 2 people, but with a 3rd person, we might have a shot. I'll give 9 a go. I'll give it a go, yeah. We can call it for now if you want, because we've got a big fight coming up. Before we do, I will need to show you the my intel board that I made. You can throw that away, it's just a box with nothing in it. And what have we got? I'm just trying to take stock here for a minute. I reckon we give Luna the shotgun, maybe. We're definitely using the Bison with Lambert. There's actually a body armor I found last time that I missed this time. Just in a box somewhere. Nah, don't take the shotgun off Paquito. He's the one with the ammo. You'll forget. Sorry, Shadow Fox. I was saying we could wrap up for today, and we can do it tomorrow. This could be a long fight. Okay, dude.
Awaiting your orders.
Let me just use the chat. Oh, sorry. Are you caught up now? Yeah, I was saying, we could call it here. We need to raid the Lion Hotel and save Benicia. We've got Luna on board to do it. We've also got Lambert and Paquito. We don't particularly care if Luna dies. That's kind of fine, but we'd like him not to, because I think you get more money if you arrest him. I do have an intel board I'd like to show you just before we go. I'll drop a save here. But the plan was I'd stop in the middle and close the game and then reopen it just so the memory leak gets fixed, so my voice didn't cut out as bad. But so for this raid on the Lion Hotel, I have made, I can't remember what button it is. 1 second. I've made a hotkey to swap focus of the game. And we've got this going. Oh, that's just nothing. There we go, there's the intel board. I'm not sure how much everything shows up here. But the plan was I'd stop the game. I assumed you're American or something, so this would be a normal time for you. But so here's what we're dealing with. This is the intel. The hotel, this is a layout of the floors. I drew all the little doors and windows in. This is Benicia's dad. He's always in this spot. The servant's always in this spot. And then this is where the enemies were on my sight run. But I think that can be random, because there were 4 dudes out front, and that's not normal. That'd actually be really hard. I don't know if this makes sense to you. This is a little bit madness. This is the 2nd floor. This is the 1st floor. We'll do it next time. We're going to go through the game plan before we started. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it for now. Are you not seeing the intel board? Should be seeing the intel board. It's an MS Paint screen. I figured if I had a whiteboard, I could like draw arrows and stuff on it. Oh right, what were you not getting? Were you not the video not playing for you? That's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it for now. So see you next time, Shadow Fox. I'll give it a go at 9. Thanks for stopping by.